Hello everybody, and you're very welcome back to Clown Farm and Cookery School. Today I'm going to make some nibbles and canapés for you to enjoy over the Christmas with your family in front of the television or whatever you choose. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some heat under a medium-sized saucepan, and we're going to make some sausage rolls. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to get an onion, and we just top and tail our onion and just slit it down the side, just like that. So 1 or 2 onions. We're also going to do a little cheese board, and we're going to, I'll just leave that there. Give you a few little ideas. So just cut it in half and cut it in like that. Okay. Just down like that. And you have a nice little small dice, and that's what we were looking for, small little dice for your sausage rolls. But yeah, today we're going to do a little canapés and nibbles. So we're just going to make a little cheese board, some smoked salmon, and we're going to serve it along with a lovely Guinness and apricot bread. Absolutely gorgeous for your smoked salmon. So that's our onion diced up. I have some diced already, and then we're going to pop, lovely way to sweat off our onions is a little bit of butter into our saucepan. Okay, and then into that, I'm going to add in another little bit of butter, but I'm also going to, this time of year where we have lots of hard herbs in the herb garden, so there's a little bit of rosemary. I'm just going to pop it in there. It kind of infuses in with our butter and it gives it a nice little flavour. And into that now I'm going to add in our onions, and we're going to let them sweat off for about 5 minutes. So just roughly coat the onions in your butter, and we let them sweat off for about 5 minutes, and then they'll go on to cool down for a further 20. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a little diced apple into it. So just take the top, the bottom, and we pop around very quickly, and we just peel off the skin. Okay. So and just cut it in quarter, remove the core, just like so, and then just thinly slice it. Remember, you don't want big thick lumps or pieces of apple in there in your sausage. So if it's a bit deep, you just run up a knife, the same as you would with the onion, just like that, and just cut off nice little dices of it. Okay, and then what we will do is we'll mix that in with our sausage meat. So here we have 400 grams of sausage meat. Into that, I'm going to add in our finely diced apple. We have some finely diced bacon, Clown Farm's very best bacon, some freshly chopped thyme, and some freshly chopped parsley. Now, if you just think of a stuffing for a bird, so you can put in cranberries, you can put in apricots, you can put in anything like that. The sausage stuffing is the very same. A teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And here is the onions that we sweated down earlier on. I put the sprig of rosemary in there just to infuse in the butter and give it a little bit of flavour. So we'll remove that, and they have cooled down now, and they are going to go into our sausage meat. So now we've added in all our ingredients, and just with a glove on your hand, I do wear a glove, it's not necessary. I find it much easier when you wear a glove, then you can be sure that everything is combined and you won't get a pocket of herbs or onions or anything like that. So just mix it all up. So I'm just going to use as well a lovely little thing. We have a beautiful taste of Clown Farm summer here with our tomatoes from our greenhouse, and I made a lovely tomato and chilli jam. So I'm just going to put a little smithereen along here, and just gives it a little bit of an extra flavour. You could also use relish, any of your favourite relishes. So into our piping bag. Now, a piping bag is not a necessary. You can also use a spoon just to spread out your sausage meat, but I just find it's handy. And this is where it's important not to have your onions and your apple in large chunks. A nice firm, a nice small dice. That's lovely. So it runs through your piping bag. I have a nozzle on that, but if you have a piping bag with no nozzle, it'll be absolutely fine. So sorry, just before we pop on our sausage meat, just spread, now not too much because you don't want it oozing out everywhere. A little taste along like that is absolutely sufficient. You don't want it overpowering. So again, get your nozzle or you get your piping bag. Just hold your finger there that it doesn't run out on you, because the relish might just cause it to slip out. So just with the other hand then, and you can done. As I said, it's not unnecessary. So we just stop it there, just like that. And then a little bit of egg wash on the inside and the outside of your pastry. And I just find this is the handiest way. And just roll it over like that till you meet. Now don't waste too much of the pastry on the other end. Don't go out too far, just enough. And just come along with the side of your hand, just press it. That's a good seal on it there, okay? And then you get your knife. Now these sheets of puff pastry come frozen, they come fresh, but these were frozen, so I just let them thaw out for a couple of hours, and there's no need to roll them beforehand. So that's it, and we just pop that over here, and we'll do the same until we have them all used up. We're going to egg wash all our rolls now. Give them a nice generous coating of egg wash, and then we're going to sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. Again, if there's anyone allergic to nuts or seeds, you can leave them off, okay? And that's what we're going to do with them all. I have 2 trays here with lined with parchment paper, very important. And then, so when you're going to cut them, I kind of generally cut them in half first and then half again. Now you could of course go half here and then divide them in 3, depending on the size that you'd like them. But I think, you know, 2, anything smaller than that, they kind of tend to burst. So you just line them up, and you can go pretty close to one another, not on top of one another, but pretty close. Oops, just like so. Our sausage rolls are all ready. They're on our parchment lined trays. The oven is preheated to 200 degrees. They're going in now for about 20 minutes, or until they're nice and golden brown, because every oven is different, okay? Absolutely gorgeous. I made a lovely Guinness and apricot bread to serve with some lovely Irish smoked salmon, and we have a few little wedges of lemon, and I'm going to put together a little selection of Irish cheeses onto a cheese board. So we have a lovely smoked gabine. So you normally start with a cheese board from hard to soft or soft to hard. That's the way we run. So we'll just pop on a little bit of our smoked gabine here. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a fan of smoked, but I love that smoked cheese. We also have here a lovely Brie, Farmhouse Coolini Brie cheese. So we'll just cut a little bit of that just for presentation. And it's lovely and soft. Always have your cheeses at room temperature as well. Just to come up to, just to get nice flavour in there. So let me just cut that again. Just like that. We have a lovely Cashel blue cheese. One of my favourites, the Cashel blue. Should we just put that there? And then I'm also going to serve it with some St. Tola's, a beautiful Irish cheese from Cork, cream cheese. So we'll just pop it on like this. Okay. Onto our board. Just like that. And then people can take off what they like onto it. Just like that. Okay. And then we have a few little pomegranates, so you can just garnish your board just with a few of them, just roughly around. Okay. So use your little bits of rosemary to decorate, and your few little bits of lemon. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to randomly put in some salmon. So that means if you're having a little bit of cheese, you can have a little bit of salmon as well along with it. Okay. We're also going to serve this with some little biscuits as well as our bread. And I have here some lovely little crostinis made. And that's just basically slicing up a baguette, a little bit of oil onto it and toast it in the oven for about 8 minutes. So I have here some nice little cheese biscuits also. Okay. And don't forget your lemon. Okay. And a nice little piece of lots of rosemary in there. And I'm just going to slice this absolutely gorgeous Guinness. Freshly made. Nice and thin slices. See the little sprigs of, or the little dots of apricot. Now you could of course use here some walnuts, some pumpkin seeds, or you don't have to put in anything at all. You can just leave them all out. Dried cranberries would be another lovely one for your bread. So we just pop that along like so onto her. And it's a really Irish, a lovely Irish board there of smoked salmon and our little cheese board. And the other thing I just wanted to show you here as well, which I have made, I've just roasted a red pepper. I just simply put a red pepper, I covered it in oil, just loosely covered it in oil, put it into an oven at 200 degrees, 220, roasted it until it was black, took it out, and I then covered it with cling film or pop it into a freezer bag. And it's very easy then to remove the skin from the outside and take the seeds out and just dice it up like that. And when you have it diced, pop it into a jam jar and cover it with some oil. And when I'm popping it into the jam jar, I just put a few sprigs of herbs in there as well. It's just to infuse as well, and you're using your herbs and you're getting the value out of them. And that'll last all through Christmas in your fridge. I have a lovely red onion marmalade here. So I'll just show you if somebody was at your house and you wanted to have some Centola's cheese, lovely cream cheese on your little crostini, just like that, and a little bit of, just remove the oil, red pepper, not too much, just a little bit on top, just like that. That's one little idea there. And the same then for your little onion marmalade. Onion marmalade lasts forever, and it's a lovely gift, edible gift as well. So that can just pop along there, just in like that, and that's where you'd eat it. And the same, you slice up your cheese. So now we're just going to wait and we'll take out our sausage rolls. Right. Now we're going to take our sausage rolls finally out of the oven to complete our canapés and nibbles. Oh, they look absolutely gorgeous. I'll take the other one out in a second. Lovely. You can see the little bit of relish in the sides there of it. And that's what I mean. Don't overfill if you're using a relish or the chili jam like what we use. Don't overfill it because it'll only ooze out, and it's absolutely a waste of money and a waste of time. So you just want a little flavour. Just be careful now. They are very, very hot. So we just transfer them onto our little platter here like this. Some delicious homemade sausage rolls. A selection of absolutely fantastic farmhouse, Irish farmhouse cheeses. Absolutely gorgeous. With some lovely red onion marmalade, roasted red peppers, a lovely smoked salmon pate. We also have suggested some lovely Irish smoked salmon, and to be enjoyed along with some Guinness and apricot brown bread. And I do hope that there's something there for you all to enjoy over the nights and the evenings of Christmas. Stay safe, everybody.